If you're looking for Austin's best value for new construction homes near the lake, this video is for you. We are talking the Holly District, south of Cesar Chavez, all the way down to the water, the hip area, up and coming, new construction. Let's get started. Hi, I'm Nicole. So what is the best part about living in the Holly District? I think you can see the beautiful Lady Bird Lake, plus this trail that goes all the way around the lake, 10 miles to be exact. So you can take your dog, you can ride your bike, go for a walk. There are so many outdoor activities you can do around the lake. Some people will even play ultimate frisbee along the side and play a little bit of soccer along the side. This trail will eventually lead you to Auditorium Shores, Zilker Park, all the things you can cross over in some areas. And then on the other side of the lake, on the south side of the lake, you can see just through the bushes there's an actual boardwalk. You're actually walking on the water as you walk around on the south side of the lake. Lots of stand-up paddle boards out there, kayakers, you'll have some fishermen. There's even a little place down here where boat launch, if you will. You can put in your boat. Now, it has to be a tiny boat. It can have a motor, but it's got to be an itty-bitty tiny motor because they don't really allow big boats on the water unless you have one of these river cruisers like that. And then you can go out in the evening when the bats are here and go on the cruise and watch the bats come out from Congress Bridge. It makes the whole sky just black. It is one of the coolest Austin things you can do to go and see the bats. I highly recommend it. If you can do it by boat, it's even cooler. So as we can see, on the east side of I-35, the values are better. So why would everyone not want to move there? Well, if you have a family with children, the schools aren't so great, and it's a little bit less homogeneous than, say, the western parts of town. In general, the center of the city, west of I-35 and even west of Mopac, were kind of established first. It's better ground in regards to hill country, little rolling terrain. It's a little prettier. So only as time has progressed and we don't have any room to build anything more on the west side have things started to expand east. So gentrification is going on the east side quite a bit. So you might have a tiny little bungalow next to a brand new 3,000 square foot house. So the values are going to vary a lot. Now, speaking about the values, let's just put things in perspective here and let's have a dive into the computer so you can see it. Okay. Just to show you what we're measuring here, these two circles are the areas that I'm kind of using to compare to each other. Everything in between the two north and south main throughs there, it's a lot of condos and they're just different styles of homes. So I wanted to kind of try to compare apples to apples the best I could. So in general, homes are going to be built a little bit smaller on the east side than this west side over here by the Deep Eddy and Terrytown. So on the west side, they're going to average more closely to 3,300 square feet. We're over here in the Holly District, we're averaging more closely around 2,000 square feet per the new homes. And these are just homes built from 2023 forward. So I'm just looking at new construction. The average list price on the west side of town is just over $3 million. And the average list price over here in the Holly District on the east side is just over $1.3 million. So you can see how you can get in on the east side for half the price. And let's talk about price per square foot, since, you know, we have such difference in size of homes. On the west side, it's averaging $902 a square foot, and on the east side, it's $591 a square foot. So that just gives you an idea of what you can expect to pay in each part of town. Now let's look at some specific examples so you can see what they actually look like as well. So first we're going to start with this home on Canterbury. Now the developers here have made 2 units on the one lot, and you'll hear me talking about this all the time. It's becoming so popular because the developers can make more money. So generally speaking, you're going to have the larger unit in the front, and how big the units are totally depends on how large the square footage is of the entire lot, because you can only build on a percentage of the entire lot. Impervious cover matters. Depends how many, if you put a pool, if you don't put a pool, but basically impervious cover is the main rule in Austin. So for example, this one right here, it's listed for $1,240,000. It's just over 1,800 square feet, 4 beds, 3 baths. It's brand new, as we said, and it's still under construction now, as you can see these pictures I took today in person. And here are the renderings for the property. You can see that pool in the back. Looks like they're going to be sharing that swimming pool. In our new construction, this is a very common style you will find all in Central Austin, especially on the east side. So what we have is we have 2 homes that are built on one lot. And so what happens is the developer finds a tear down and or a vacant lot, which there aren't very many of, and then they put 2 units on the property. Generally, the larger unit is in the front and the smaller unit is in the rear. So there is alley access to that back unit. This front unit is about 1,800 square feet, 4 beds and 3 baths, and it's listed for $1,240,000. Now the unit in the back is about half the size, and that one is of course 900 square feet. It's a 2-2 and it's $779,000. So here's the view of the B unit, or number 2 unit in the back. You can see it's a bit smaller, half the size. They plan on putting in a little pool down here. But if you're willing to give up a little privacy, you could get a little bit more home, a little bit more square footage for a lower price. You can also see here what these 2 units are going to look like at completion. They're going to share this swimming pool in the middle. They don't have a fence separating, so this would be a good family setup if you had your mom or dad living out back, or vice versa. If you had actual strangers renting from you in the back, I don't know, you tell me what you think about sharing that swimming pool. Now here's a picture of the B unit, the smaller unit. It's 900 square feet in the back, and it's listed for $779,000. So these AB units, 1-2 units, are super common all over Central Austin, and if you can give up a little bit of privacy living right next to your neighbor, you can get more square footage in the house. This one here is a single family home, no AB unit. It's on a corner, and you can see the style of home it's going to be. You can see it under construction here, as I was there earlier today. But it's just similar size, 1,867 square feet, listed for $1,250,000. 3 beds, 3 baths, and you have almost 0.16 acres of a lot. And this one is probably going to be complete this spring. It is getting very close, but these are renderings of what it will look like when it's done. So there's going to be another new construction next door as well. So this new construction here is in the pocket. They're doing a few on the same little block, but the one we're looking at is right here on the corner. It's about 1,850 square feet. It's listed for $1,250,000. It's got 3 beds and 2 baths coming in. This one here is an interesting one. Why? Because there is nothing on the lot yet. This is a hypothetical possible, as they call it. So this lot here is 0.13 acres, but they've already had plans drawn up just under 2,300 square feet. So this is the idea, or the concept they have. You can buy the lot with these plans that have been approved, we would hope, for $1,795,000. So that just means you're buying the rights to build that, and you still have to pay for the house to be built. But as you can see in our in-person footage today, it's an absolutely amazing lot that's on a cul-de-sac, very near the lake, right on the park, very quiet, very cool opportunity to build out. And just to show you what they have in mind on these renderings, this design here. There's an aerial view. So down to the left off of this picture, that's where the lake is. There's a better picture. So here you can see this is the house, vacant lot. Here's the end of the cul-de-sac here, and just beyond that is the park, and then that puts you down to the hike and bike trail on Lady Bird Lake, and you're also in very close proximity to downtown Austin. So that's why it's selling for almost $2 million, and there's nothing even there yet. So let's talk about this location. You're very near Lady Bird Lake. You're at the end of a cul-de-sac, And I'm gonna flip you around here. You've got the park just at the end of the street. You have a new construction across the way, a couple of spots. This area is being turned over as fast as anyone can find a lot to build on. And look at this park you back up to. It's got all the playground for the kids, and just on the other side of the parking lot over there is the hike and bike trail around Lady Bird Lake. Now here's another AB unit, 1-2 style, whatever you'd like to, however you'd like to refer to it. This one's 2,546 square feet for $1,799,900. So what this is very close to the lake. In fact, it's across the street from the lake. And you can, literally jump across the street and you're on the hike and bike trail. So that's why this one's a little bit more expensive, but you do get 4 beds, 4 baths, and you do have the B unit behind you. You both enter in on that same driveway, not super private, but you can get a lot of house. And you can see here, this is the house right here, and you just hop over the street and you're right onto the hike and bike trail that surrounds the entire lake. Here's a nice view of the outside, and then you have a little deck up top where you can get a lake view, and here is how it's built out on the inside. Totally up to today's current trends, as you might expect, since it's brand new. All right, now this next one, it commands a little bit higher price because we are right across the street from the lake. It's a little construction going on right now, but nonetheless, you will have that view of the water very soon. This new construction here is the A unit, the front unit. It's about 2,500 square feet, and it's listed for $1,799,000. And there you have it. You have the one driveway entry for both units. Pretty common for the AB or the 1-2 units. You have the parking up front. For the larger unit, you have 2 spaces. And then as you come to the back unit, it gets a bit smaller. This one has 4 beds, 3.5 baths, and again, it's listed for $1,799,000. And it brings a little bit higher price per square foot because just beyond that construction fence there is the water, the beautiful lake with the hiking trail that goes all the way around it. So that's a wrap. These are options, opportunities on the east side in the Holly Street district, south of Cesar Chavez, that are new construction that you can buy at this very moment. As you can see, you can get in a lot cheaper on the east side than you can on the west side. And the tax rates sometimes are a bit lower as well. There are a case-by-case basis that we would need to study, but most of the time in this particular area, you can get them under 2%. So what do you think about this area? Does living next to downtown, next to the lake, walkable restaurants and things, commercial up and down Cesar Chavez, does that appeal to you? Did I miss something that you want to know about? Comment below. I read them all myself and answer them myself, and I would love to hear from you. And hey, look, if you want to see any of these properties in person, let me know. My team and I are always here to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. All you have to do is call, text, email, Zoom us. We're here for you. Hey, until next time, be kind to yourself and others, and I can't wait to see you around town.